Hello and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity Continuum Aeon Luna Rocks. I am your story guide, Scott. Tonight, our players are as follows. We have Diane playing Frankie Valentine. We have Nigel playing Bram. And we have Murphy playing Hannah 2. How are y'all doing tonight?
Great. How's everybody?
Fantastic. All right. So when last we left our down and out rock stars, they had encountered some strangeness down in their venue site, deep under Luna, back in the old underground areas where the rich used to live before technology got good enough that they can live on the surface, and thus the gangs and criminals and poor people all had to switch places. Um, but there apparently was the last remnants of an aberrant cult hiding away in the air filters. They were able to root that out, and in the process, Bram, our assigned security and minder from the Vikings, the gang that they've arranged for security and venue space, had his psychic powers awakened. And yeah, so you guys got that cleared up. You guys got your build team set up and ready to go. You've got the space getting cleaned up, getting set up, all of your tech, all of your art installations. Everything is ready to go, and the show is tomorrow night.
Eh,
So, what is everybody up to? Let's start with Hannah. Hannah, what are you doing in preparation?
Marketing. I am keeping up with people talking about us on various social medias, and have my agent helping me out with that, and occasionally leaving some cryptic clues. And probably went out and stuck some stickers around as we were discussing that being part of our campaign.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's been going. Word of mouth's been building. You're not doing a big like ad buy campaign
Yeah.
on future Google, but you're
Mhm.
getting it out there more grassroots. So it's happening, and you I know you reached out before to one of like the bigger Muzian stars,
Yes.
Marty, who is a full-blown clairsentient scion. So has that sort of cachet behind them. So who knows how well that will help out. What about Frankie? What is Frankie getting up to?
Frankie's actually monitoring the social media because of what they got up to last night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she is basically like making sure they're not trying to spin this a certain kind of way because they also have an edited photo. Hannah and Mice were all filming. So, if they want to try to put some spin on this shit, we're going to squash it real hard and fast.
So they are putting spin on it, but the thing about that is, as you're monitoring it, there's putting spin on it in very specific places. They're not going for like the wider opnet. They're going for FSA feeds. They're going for their home turf. They don't seem to care much what the wider impression of the events that you guys all captured on film. They care about their home base getting the impression that they want to get, which is, of course, you know, Anima SJW woke scolds. Gave our boys in the red, white, and blue a hard time over telling it like it is. That's kind of the vibe they're going, but it's staying within the sort of FSA silo that is that those sort of sections of the opnet. So it's not really getting to your side of things. Like your crowd isn't really seeing much of that. As per data algorithm and the like, they're seeing a lot of the stuff that you're putting out because that's healthy. That people only see one version of reality.
Uh, so Frankie will definitely put out the footage,
Mm-hmm.
and let their side know what's up, and then she's gonna I guess have Hannah's agent or Hannah put out other spoof accounts being like, look how they're trying to spin it over here, and basically showing them what the hell they're trying to say happened over there.
Oh,
Not so much as trying to change their narrative on their opnet, but more of like, hey guys, look what they're trying to spin it as. So if someone from their side clicks on one of those links, they get to come to their side, our side of the opnet, and be like, here's what actually happened, if that makes any sort of
We'll
sense.
make some sock puppets that mock them thoroughly.
Yeah,
Look at
I
these
that's
like.
just
Texases. Like draws attention to it in a really embarrassing way for hopefully them.
Cool. And what about Bram? What is Bram up to in the day before the show?
I think he's going to try and keep himself occupied. If he didn't have something to do, he probably would be thinking a bit more about his newfound psychic powers.
Mm-hmm.
But to try and have some sort of normalcy, I think he's keeping his ear to the ground, trying to make sure that security arrangements for the show are solid.
So are you trying to like block out your psychic senses? Like how far are you going with that? Because like after talking with Hannah a little bit, you realize that you have these low level. You don't know that they're quantikinetic, but they are quantikinetic. The quantikinetic basic abilities. One of which is the ability to just like shut down your own psychic presence.
I don't think he'd go quite that far.
Hannah probably wouldn't let you in between times. She's probably trying to chat. They're probably trying to chat you up about that. Like,
Right.
so what kind of abilities you got?
I mean, like I'm feeling stuff, like places and things and people, but like the space between two, but it ain't like space so much as it is stuff.
Yeah,
Man, I'm sorry, this is really
yeah,
terrible.
dynamics in relationships or something. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Yeah. Also, like I can like get people's thoughts and stuff. So that's weird. I'm really not used to that.
Yeah,
Out of my
and
brain,
and
unless you
she's
want
in
to
the
say some weird stuff.
background, just being like super jealous watching this entire interaction.
yeah. So you're having conversations about that. You're not outright blocking out your psychic senses. So that is a distraction. Your psychic attunement is a constant present thing. You're feeling, particularly with your abilities, you're feeling the physicality of the world around you, and you're hearing. It's not so much you're like hearing thoughts, but you're hearing whispers. You're catching glimpses of emotion. Um, you can definitely like tune it out, focus it closer. But if you're not, yeah, it is a bit of a distraction. So with all that distraction, what are you occupying your time with? Like, what are you trying to do to occupy yourself with?
Like I said, putting my ear to the ground to well, I'll say that my first priority is security for the show.
Okay.
I want to make sure that um, all entrances and exits to the performance area have got at least two guys. And in this case, to be very clear, guys is gender neutral. We much prefer goons. I'll say goons.
All right.
Two goons at least at every entrance, who are not necessarily thick as bricks. I want them to not just be soldiers. I want them to be smart enough to
Okay.
sniff out something weird if anyone comes around and is acting suspicious.
Gotcha.
Guild goons.
All right. So with that, what I'd like from the three of you, from Hannah and Frankie, I would like culture rolls.
Sure. One more thing before the show, I want to try to do the deck ear meditation, but in the
Okay.
meantime,
we'll get to that in a little bit. When we get ready.
Is this kind of like what kind of culture role is this for?
Culture. This is what you described. This is you like getting on social media,
Gotcha.
managing it that way. Trying to pull some spin jobs. This is you manipulating social media basically.
Gotcha. I am going to use my cunning then.
Okay.
Yep, me too.
In the meantime,
Right.
Nigel.
I have 2 successes and rolling.
Okay. Bram, I'd like a command roll from you to manage security personnel.
All right. I'll roll just cunning on that because I don't have any dots in command.
Okay. What'd you get, Murphy?
Oh, 3.
3? Okay.
1 success.
1 success. So yeah, you, Hannah and Frankie, the two of you double team, kind of cross apply your social media campaigns. You coordinate pretty well, and yeah, you've got the word out, and you're doing counterspin on the Liberty Lads deal. So you're pretty sure you're getting some cross contamination into the silos. So you've got a nice little buzz going. You've got some nice counterspin going. As far as security, Bram, I mean, these guys know what they're doing. They know how to secure a location. You think that as you're sort of managing them, a difficulty that you keep running into is that these guys know how to secure a place for like an arms deal. The transition to securing a place for a concert, they're running into some cross competency issues. So you're having to kind of like every now and then remind people that we don't exactly expect this place to get actually hit by people who are coming to hurt us or kill people. It's a little bit more low key vibe.
Yeah.
Than that. So it's you're getting it done, but there's a little bit of pushback from people who have different competencies.
There's some coaching. It's like, and what do we do when someone comes up? We take their name. Yeah, we take their name. Yeah, we look at the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when do we break knees? You don't break knees.
Mm-hmm.
Not tonight.
You just take them to the ground and you pull them out.
Then break their knees? No.
So, speaking of disruptions of the show, do you guys have any plans in place in case they try and crash your show the way you crashed theirs?
Welcome them in and incorporate them would be my thoughts.
Oh yeah. No, we definitely have like a song in place that we know to switch to if they want to start stepping in. Basically one that sounds familiar to theirs, only much better and with better lyrics.
Okay, you guys we did quite a lot of roles building up the repertoire and the physical aspects and the words that you guys are using. So yeah, I'll definitely let that ride. So you were kind of expecting that to happen. Cool.
You all don't want me to take care of them? Like if they show up, like
Why should we
No.
take No, because if we don't let them try to crash our show, then it's going to make us look like cowards.
And
So
they
instead, I'm going to beat them at their own game.
also pretty sure they consider any escalation to violence a automatic win for them.
Mhm.
So anything like that would just encourage them further.
I mean, yes and no. Far be it for me to tell you how to run your business, but I know people like these. They don't care about rules. They don't care about points and nothing. They really only speak one language, and that's getting the tar kicked out of them.
Satisfying as that sounds.
Doll, have you not figured out that you keep saying y'all's business? Have you not figured out you're part of this? You pretty much made that clear last night.
I'm here for security, but I ain't no singing band. Couldn't
That's
carry a
not
tune
what
in a
you said
bucket.
last night.
Know what you mean?
You a part of the band now.
I ain't getting up on stage.
You don't have to get up on stage. She doesn't get up on stage. But you a part of the band. You best strap in, sweetheart. You're a part of this now. You stepped up last night.
We're part of the entourage, Bram.
That seems to click with him. It's like, oh yeah, the
backup.
entourage. Yeah, I got you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Band's got it.
Besides,
Band has to have an entourage. That's part of it.
she gives a wink
Vince.
to Hannah and kind of walks over to Bram and just winds her arms around his neck. She goes, "Besides, I'm sure Daddy would love that I have a bodyguard now." And she just grins.
There are if a brain could grind its clutch, Bram's does. Like it just eventually the gear shifts, but it's messy. I, I, yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I don't know why she brings up her daddy when
Entourage.
she's trying to hit on people.
Speaking of the rest of the
Entourage.
band, our other players have had some life stuff run into it, so we may or may not see them at later points. But for now, Mice and Narwhal are doing their parts. They're getting the tech ready. They're coordinating the build crew. Getting the more people-oriented and tech-oriented stuff squared away. We'll definitely let their roles from previous games roll on to contribute to this particular show. So another thing I want to bring up, Frankie, have you put out any contact or made any given any sort of update to your witnesses, people?
No.
No. So you've been
Not
pretty...
on she's been checking in, but she hasn't been making headway. So she isn't quite ready to throw her two buddies under the bus yet.
Okay.
So she has not she's not yet confirmed anything, but she says she has a lead on these natural psychics.
Okay. When you check in, they expect you to take care of business at your own pace. When you check in with them, you do find out that there's a lot of stuff going on down Earthside. That the bulk of the witnesses' efforts are based around efforts in Sud-America, where, according to their sources, this secret facility is that they're trying to locate and protest the Venezuelan government, the NORSA, and the ISRA. They are sort of focused on protest efforts on those organizations. So yeah, that's a lot of what they're doing. So it's not like they're constantly checking in with you to see what your progress is. They expect you to move it at your own pace. So you guys are getting things set up. The ball is rolling towards its destination, and things seem to be going pretty well. It reaches a point where you guys have been working for quite a long time. Eventually, it gets to be evening time. It's like I said, it's the day before the show. The show is tomorrow night. You guys are beginning to kind of feel the midnight air, midnight oil burning that down to its bottom level, and you guys are starting to feel the exhaustion of constant work grinding down to you. Bram, where are you staying? Are you staying with them, or are you heading back to your haunts downside?
I've been going back to my own digs.
Okay.
I reckon
we do offer you crash space, but
appreciate it. But the suits, it's particular about where it sleeps. So
Did he make you uncomfortable, Bram?
No, no.
No?
No.
I
Just
get it. Nice to sleep in your own bed.
Exactly. My own
You're
bed.
helping him, Hannah. That's not okay.
Don't you have your own apartment, Frankie?
Yeah, back with Dad. Do you want me to go back to Dad?
Anyway.
I mean, if let me see if I got the lingo right. If the security profile of the mission changes, I am not opposed to altering my locale. vis-a-vis the sleeping, but right now the way it all is panning out tactically, tactically, nah, I'm good. I'm good at back up at my place. It's a real nice place.
So while you're starting to get ready to head back to your place, and Frankie and Hannah, you guys are settling down as well. Um, Hannah and Frankie, you start to get alerts from your agents. Um, uh, there's some sort of notification like on your. It's not like a personal notification. It's sort of like a general feed thing. That you start looking at like the bang, like your bang channels, like other artists, other shows, like kind of those kind of notifications. You start to get a couple of hits. Apparently, something is happening.
What's happening?
Yep.
Yeah, you check it. Like you see them like go into their agents and start looking up something. Uh, Apparently, one of the first successful jump bang projects has just released. It's jump bang being bang that is coordinated between two or more different bang groups across interstellar space. And it turns out that a local group from Earthside, from Australia, has just gotten basically the full package back from a project that they were coordinating with a bang group on Kasaluge, which is a planet or in the Alpha Centauri system that has been under siege and occupied, at least like half of it, by aberrants. So there's a lot of buzz because like there's a lot of expectation of this shit's going to be really raw.
Oh yeah, we're immediately looking up
Mhm.
how do we experience this?
Yeah, you're looking at feeds. There's a couple of different feeds, a couple of different options. Obviously, the way that it is meant to be experienced is in a full bang club, but they do have sort of stripped down versions that can run on personal equipment. So like, there's a lot of buzz and back and forth of when are we gonna when is Luna gonna get this a setup for this. So there's a lot of buzz. Like, expect in the next couple of days a venue will be established for the full experience, but the stripped down versions are getting distributed on the OpNet.
We should kind of like to get in on this, see if we can be a part of putting this on Luna. I know it's a little distraction from what our own thing we got going on, but it's pretty cool.
No, that'd be pretty rad. Did you see this before Bram can make it out the door?
No. What is it? They're they're jumping while they're doing this whole music thing.
Collaboration across the stars. It's kind of hard to pull off, so pretty excited to see it in action.
Wow.
Yeah. Here, let me see your agent.
I'll hand over. What is it? You notice that he has a Steinhardt M1CC phone computer personal mini comp, which is like top of the line military gear. Like, it's very good, and the agent that greets you when it pops up is the Patton one. So it's like this gruff, like little military commander, little face. Let's get chomping on a cigar.
Just like arches a brow at it and looks over at you and then looks back at him. And then you see her quite skillfully, she starts adding different feeds into into your agent. So you are now
Oh, hey now.
basically entering the Bang world into your agent. So you will also get the updates they're getting, as well as
What are
putting you
you?
in on the band feed, and then
What?
hands it back.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. Oh.
I mean, I wasn't joking when I said you're in the band, so you need to be up on what's going on.
Like, he's much more interested in what you are doing to make modifications. He's got some of his own. Mostly they're just about like, it's just communication or like mapping stuff that helps in his job as security. Um, that have already been made. It's not exactly stock in terms of customization, but yeah, nothing really like what you were doing at all. Um,
It's
he's kind of like,
mostly just you know how you have like your Facebook and you're just adding different feeds in? She's just adding different feeds in. It's nothing super technical. You could very easily delete them back out if you wanted to, but it is very clear that she is literally including you into the bang scene, whether you pretty much like it or not.
he doesn't try to stop you.
You also find later that her number is in there.
Okay.
I assume
So
we've all traded contact info
yeah,
at this
yeah,
point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna check out any of the stripped down versions, or what are you doing?
Do you want to take a look at it or you want to experience it in the
I kind
club
of want to
firsthand?
experience it for real, if we
Then
can.
let's not do the stripped down version. Let's hold
Or
on to
maybe,
it.
yeah, maybe after the
I'm
show we
already
should try
pulling
the.
up the stripped down version because
No,
being the uncultured swine that I am, I have
Mhm.
no like
yeah.
no reference for it. So I'm just like, oh, whatever, click, you know.
Okay, so given that you're not doing being very discreet or delicate about that, I'm going to say that you basically it basically starts playing on like the external speakers of your mini comp as well as like the holo projector. So it's not like going into your AR feeds. What starts to display is kind of like it's a sort of a spheroid holo projector, and there are two different, very distinct kind of interwoven tracks to this experience. It's very visual, and there's a lot of sound to it. It's not very musical though. It seems to be mostly like sampled audio is a lot of what's going on. So on one end, sort of intersposed, you have images of Earth, images of the cities of Earth, of the places that have been rebuilt after the Aberrant War. A lot of people talking about like the new era of anima culture, and building a new humanity with psi and biotech. It's a lot of people like talking about positive. This is humanity's future. Intersposed with that is similar style. It is a lot of like holographic imagery and sampled audio, but it is of Kasaluke. It is of a world that has been ravaged and under siege by quantum fueled monsters. There is like drone images of cities that have been leveled, um, images like captured from far away of uh, human soldiers alongside of scions doing battle with aberrants. It is a contrast that is very stark, but the artistry of it blends the two versions of human life very artistically. And you can only imagine what this would be like in a full sense around experience.
And I was like, spoilers. All right, now that's pretty cool.
Frankie looks troubled.
Bram, you particularly notice you're actually you notice kind of like because you're using your computer with your agent, the patent feed is like highlighting military aspects of things and like adding in its own like subcontext. And in particularly, you see one scene of a psychokinetic like picking up half a building and throwing it at some tentacled monster, and it kind of like you kind of resonate that, and you feel that sort of buzz in your own psychic muscles.
But Bram is just kind of staring at. There's a lot of things going on inside of him. On the one hand, yes, he's seeing like these depictions of psychic might. On the other hand, he's seeing this kind of artistic juxtaposition, and it's rather plain to the both of you that he's not really one that enjoys much art. It's just not something he's really encountered. So he's he's kind of having a moment of like, oh, this is making me feel something.
So yeah, the experience plays out. It's like the stripped down version is like 30 minutes worth of content. Obviously a lot has been removed, a lot has been like, repackaged so that it can play on a smaller level, smaller
Yeah, I
field.
imagine. Yeah, I'd probably stop whatever I'm up to and just am paying rapt attention after my initial protestations.
But yeah, you finish it up, and then like all of your feeds are going crazy, especially the local Luna feeds of like there is the beginnings of like conflict because a lot of people want to premiere this.
I don't think
Scott, can I understand the cultural implications of how do what's the line here between collaboration and plagiarism? Like within Bang, like how much do people borrow from each other with and without communication beforehand? How quickly does that kind of thing spread?
The line, like plagiarism and collaboration, there's a pretty decent line between it. Um, as long as you reach out first, there's a lot of leeway between like remixing or reinterpreting or doing your own thing with it. One of the main processes of putting a Bang project together is feeding it to the OpNet, like a sort of a Bang OpNet algorithm that checks for things like plagiarism and cultural appropriation, and cultural insensitivity. And then that data gets like things get red flagged, and then it gets reviewed by anonymous volunteers to confirm things. So were you to just like take things from this or
Right, yeah.
try and do like your own version of this, you'd probably get hit pretty hard, um, from the review process. But were you to reach out to basically to the two Bang crews involved here and like start a conversation, then a lot of that would get bypassed because it would be noted in the metadata with encryption keys.
I, in fact, will immediately fire off a message of how would you feel if we did a bit of a nod to this in our show in an upcoming show?
Hannah, actually, I want to pitch this idea to them. I got some old music coming to my brain. You know how my mind works with music and such. I want to do a mix between Landslide and that In Your Head song, the one about war. You know what I'm
Alright.
talking about? With from the Cranberries from back in the day. I want to do a
Yeah, yeah.
mix up with
I took
that
classical
and
music in school.
the imagery with some of the sound clips from this, kind of
Um,
as our as a closing number to the set if you can work it out with them.
well, I send them a greeting, and we'll see what they have to say back. If you want to throw together maybe a little rough sketch, I could share with them.
Yeah.
Um, Frankie, you're were you born here on Luna, or did your family just um, come here from Earth? Where how long have you been on the moon?
We native.
I think
Scott?
both. I think everyone is native. Like I think.
Yeah. I was thinking so too. I just wanted to make sure we're native here. What's up?
Okay, I mean, if I'm part of the entourage, my 2 cents. If one of these is about the Earth, and if the other is Luge, what about adding our own what you call it chorus voice part to it? That's just the moon. It's what it's like here. The rich folks and the poor folks and all that stuff.
Bringing our own
Would that-
conflict into the wider context. I like it.
I dig it.
yeah.
I dig it.
So as you guys are starting to do some rough sketches, compose some drafts of a note, one thing that does occur to you is that while it will be probably very easy to get in contact with the Earthside crew,
Yeah.
Consul Gay is very far away and under military cordon. Probably a lot of favors and perhaps even like smuggling had to occur to get this project off of Consul Gay. So getting in contact with that crew probably won't happen before your show at the
Sure.
very least. So
Oh, well.
it might be a little difficult to get full cooperation because half of the project is on a different planet that's not very easy to communicate with.
So one of my contacts I have is Off-World Pen Pal.
Mm-hmm.
Probably is part of their local bang scene.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, we didn't really hash out what world they're from or if they're Castlegay or somewhere else. But I do send if you want to
Yeah, if you
fill
want
that
to say that
information,
they're
that's
from
cool.
KLG, that's totally fine.
I do try to send them a message through our channels about like, hey, you seen this?
Mm-hmm.
And just see what they have to say about
Okay.
it.
Go ahead and let's say give me a path roll. So basically, the path that contact is
Yes.
associated with. Roll that path rating plus what attribute would you want to pair with this?
Seeing as I am, well, it's definitely social, but I guess maybe either presence or composure because it's not really manipulation. I really
Okay.
am just wanting to understand, just get their thoughts on it and
Okay, let's
see
go
if
with
Don't
what they've
forget
heard.
to use momentum.
yeah. You guys have four momentum to play around with. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, presence or composure, whichever is larger for
Yeah,
you,
do the
that'd be
same. I'll
fine.
I'll do composure. Um, does momentum give an extra die?
It gives extra dice. Yes, one on a 1-for-1 basis.
If you guys don't mind, I'll use one for this.
Go for it.
3 successes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have this pen pal who's on KLG, and like part of this is that you have a pretty decent way of getting messages back and forth. It with all the power of like psi and biotech, the one big limit that still remains is interstellar communication. Basically, messages generally have to be sent either via along with basically an archive of the OpNet through a teleporter or on a jump ship,
Yeah, it's like
or
periodic bursts, right? Is that
yeah, it's periodic bursts basically, like part of the regular traffic between solar systems is archives of the OpNet, which include personal messages. So that so updates between star systems happen sporadically. The only way of instant communication is very powerful clairsentience and telepathy working together.
hmm.
So you put that message in and you got 3 successes. So that will have an effect. But I will say you're not going to get a
Yeah, it's
response
not
in
instant.
time for your
Yeah,
show tonight.
of course.
But you can send messages to the Earthside group. And they get back fairly quickly because there is essentially a dedicated laser link between the Earth and the Moon. So
Yeah,
it's not
that's just enough to them. I'll include all of us on it, so you can
yeah.
all see what they have to say.
So it's not instantaneous, but it will come back. You would expect at the very latest a response back tomorrow morning.
Even if we can't incorporate them tomorrow night, or don't feel it's appropriate to give a nod to them, I'd definitely be interested in seeing what they have to say about collaboration going forward. Bet they're swamped right now, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely think that like as far as like where this is going to be shown, the Earthside group is going to be the point in contact. They've probably made an agreement amongst themselves like as far as showing it, we don't expect full cooperation on venues and whatnot in various solar systems. So yeah. Are you guys going to try and jump in on the fight to get the premiere rights for this?
I mean, I'll certainly offer up the space if we think we can have it for another time.
Okay, yeah, we'll include that in your message.
More of an offer than a request. Just hey, it's new up and coming space. Doesn't really have a lot of history to it yet. This might be a really cool way to get started.
Okay.
In terms of technology and hardware, is the space and the tech that is being installed at the facility on Luna enough to actually have the kind of projection that would be required to fully experience this particular broadcast?
Give me a technology roll to figure that out.
I can do that. I got cunning and tech 2.
Sure.
Perfect.
I'll say I think our tech person was nice.
He's busy right now.
I got 2 dice. No successes.
Okay.
No fail. No one. So it's not a botch.
Yeah. You still get 1 momentum though. Yeah, this is a little out of your wheelhouse. Like your tech is like trip lines and sentry
Door
guns.
locks.
Door locks. Yeah. You're not sure. Like there are specs listed with the project file for like kind of like a video game. There's optimal specs. There's and like bare minimum specs. But yeah, you're not digging the lingo on it.
I'm sure there's gear that I've literally never even heard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys send that message to the Earthside crew. Is anyone else doing anything before you guys split up for the night?
Yes. Frankie is. Frankie is actually worked it out with the crew, her the setup crew,
Mm-hmm.
to have a secure feed
Okay.
for the show that is specifically going to her dad's phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he definitely has given you means of contacting him, even if it's not necessarily the intended purpose for him to to show your TikToks.
Specifically,
He's secretly proud and shows it to his friends.
Specifically because Frankie doesn't dislike her family.
Mm-hmm.
It's more she's trying to prove that she can do it.
Gotcha.
So it's not that she hates them. It's not that she's not in the family business. It's that specifically she's like, I can do this. I'm the baby. You try to hand me everything on a silver platter. Let me prove that I'm worth my salt.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you get that set up. You work out with the tech crew to get that feed added to the list of like most of the feeds that you have are like recording and archiving. Because there are that's the thing. That's actually a pretty good question. Are you guys going to try and do like a simulcast on the OpNet for this?
Nah, it's or at least Hannah would be like, nah, this is in the moment.
I think this show specifically is going to be live, except for that feed specifically, or the ones that people upload.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, if we're going to continue to use this place, then for future setups.
Yeah, because you got like you don't have you do not currently have a rig that is like good for doing a simulcast, like to actually project what you're doing. Just a feed that like shows like kind of like a snapshot of what's going on, perfectly doable. But like a full-on simulcast, you guys don't have that kind of tech just yet.
Yet.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it is beginning. You are all beginning to feel the many hours of hard effort. You will head back to wherever it is that you're sleeping. And the hours go by. You guys are able to get a tight 4 or 5 hours of sleep. In the morning, Hannah, you get a response from the Earthside crew. They are trying to think of a good name for these punks. They are the I'm trying to think of something pretentious as hell. They're the Wild Terra collective.
Yeah, I probably also included just a little sample, like a little snippet of some of the stuff we'd come up with. Just
Sure.
Like, as a sort of here's who we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically they get back to you. They let you know that they definitely want to wait for the premiere to happen of their thing before they authorize any kind of like sampling or collaborations on it. They want people to see like the full thing before they authorize any of that. But they're certainly open to it. They basically said, and we've looked over the specs of your new of your place. That looks cool. And they how open were you with like the setup that you guys have?
I'm perfectly open, I think,
Okay.
unless somebody stopped me. Yeah, okay. I put everybody on the message and shared it before I sent it.
Yeah, they basically like say like that looks really cool. That looks really underground. Like haha, like there's a little haha. We definitely like the vibe, especially since like someone made a notation because like this is a thing that has been commented on by several people. This response is kind of a chaotic mess and a little hard to read because there's so many different voices in it. One of the notes that like that thing was an old aberrant cult hideout. Kick ass. That's great synergy. They basically say that they basically tell you when they're making their decision on who they're gonna. They say like we're gonna making our decision in a week. Here are some tech specs if you can get your thing up to par, and if we can get a pretty good feed of your guys' show tonight, then we'll definitely put you in the running.
Hey Frankie, you said you were getting the feed set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to share it with these guys
Sure.
or goons? If we're going with that one.
No, that's fine with me. We can share it.
Yeah, I put a couple little annotations when they're like, it looks pretty underground. And like, you know it. Like just some cute little response to
Some
individual
pictures,
comments.
some pictures of like the lunar regolith ceiling. It's like, hey, you ain't just whistling Dixie.
Down in further downside, down where it's real nasty, Bram, you get woken up by a kind of a all points emergency call.
I'll key my implant. Hey, what's going on?
Need you down at the range, quick.
Gear.
Come strap it, don't come shooting. We've got a representative of the president here.
Fuck me. All right, give me 5. And yeah, I'll do a very quick, cockpit shower. I'll shave, and then I'll pull my suit out of the whatever pot of soil and water it likes to rest in, and then suit up, strap up, kiss my mom goodbye, and then go.
All right. You beat feet down to the Vikings sort of like main hangout, which is a kind of like a gun range, but also laser tag kind of setup. Laser tag, but with real bullets and like automated targets.
Sure.
Occasionally
people.
Yeah.
I have firearms 5 for a reason.
Yeah. You're good with that. And there's like a little kind of like, like the kind of like cafe area that a paintball field kind of set up. That, but a little bit nicer. And there are a couple of the capos of your gang and some people that you don't recognize other than perhaps by reputation.
Okay.
And they are kind of sitting there drinking some morning espressos, chowing down on some processed breakfast food. And your lieutenant, Mao, says, Bram, come here.
Boss, what's up?
This is Lavoy. He's comes from us from the president, and he's just got some questions about our expansion into entertainment.
Whatever answers I can give. What do you want to know?
Slavoy kind of sips his espresso. Says, "Good beans. You are Bram, yes?
Yes.
Your boss. Tell me, You are babysitting some bangers, huh?
Yeah, small group of them. Most of them are local. Seem like decent kids.
Hmm. You think they are what's to say? How's to say? Uh, spoiled punks, or you think they have any metal to them?
Hmm. I think they got balls.
I ask because the opinion of this bang, these anima kids, very, very middle class, very kids with money, kind of frou-frou, not very serious. That's what most of us in the pit think. We like music as music. We like art that is art. We don't like everything mushed together like a kid with bowl with peas and mash, you know? You know how kids do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that. But that's what it seems to us. But we hear you Vikings, you are expanding, that you are dipping toe in water. So we would be interested to see if this might actually be profitable.
My eyes like very quickly flick to Mao and then back to him, just to be all like, okay, man. Like this feels a little out of my pay grade.
Like the look that
But
Mao gives you says, yes, it most certainly is out of your pay grade, but you're gonna keep fucking talking.
I
This is
from what I can tell, um, and all of a sudden, like a gear just clicks in his head. There's got to be some upfront costs. There's some tech got to be installed. Uh, and I actually do kind of give the conspiratorial look around, but I got a hold of something last night, and uh, the opinions may vary. Everyone's entitled, but it blew my socks off, and I think if we can present uh, a actually pause real quick.
mhm.
Am I in on Murphy? You said that we're all
I
hooked
included you on the
into the
messages.
feed.
Yeah.
Could I have, while transiting, taken a look at that feed?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I know the agreement of they want to see the Wild Terras want a feed from us,
Hmm.
and that might be part of their evaluation. Um, I happen to have it good. That if the show goes well tonight, if we can put out a good show and a nice clean signal, then the chances of us being able uh, to to further premiere some pretty heavy stuff is high. So I definitely think there's profit in it. From the at the very least, from the point of rarity, got a couple of things coming down the pipe that maybe not everybody got.
That is interesting. Let me make sure that you understand what our interest in this is. The show, the music, the things. These are all well and good. What they are interesting to us is the opportunity to do things while the banging is happening. Move
Ah,
product, cover, have meetings where not a lot of people can see things. Lot of noise, lots of chaos can be opportunistic for us. And the opportunity to clean some yuan from time to time, also intriguing. So I understand you are excited about the opportunities for your friends, but opportunities can help other opportunities. You be clear?
uh, yes, we are, and look, this is why you are in your position and I am in mine, because I wouldn't have thought of it that way. That's a good idea. Oh,
So
man.
you say you want to have a good, clean signal for this Bane's reputation and such.
Yeah, fatter the pipe. I think the better it'll be for them. Louder the noise, for sure.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh man. How do I not? I'm very dedicated in my shooting people skill. That's
Mhm.
why I don't have persuasion. I am going to do cunning, and I'd like to. How much momentum do we have?
You
3, I
cur-
believe.
uh,
Oh, sorry.
did you spend any momentum on your roll earlier?
I spent 1 earlier, and then we
Okay, so
gained 1.
you gain 1, so I think you have 4 momentum
4.
available.
4.
And none of my specialties will apply. Oh wait, fuck! I'm a telepath. Jesus. So I've got. I only have mind shield, but I do have the basic, which is. Hang on.
So the
This
basics
is-
for teleportation are basically mind sense, which is you sense
Mhm.
the presence of minds, and mind speak, which is point-to-point telepathic communication.
Cool. So no picking up on surface thoughts or anything.
No. You need the mind share mode for that.
Okay, that's fine. How much momentum can I spend?
That's up to the girls.
Go for it.
Go for it.
How many? Like 2, 3?
Whatever
2
you
or
want.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
I'll
leave us
do
1
2.
just in case.
Okay. So I'll do 2 in addition to 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Can I spend a willpower?
That is what this is.
Dropping my damn dice.
Time-honored tradition.
No successes.
Okay.
The whole 7s not being a success thing
Seventh,
really
yeah,
sucks.
it's tier 2 characters, baby.
Yeah, nothing.
Right. Okay. This is interesting. Tell you what. We can provide some bandwidth for this. We can help you to test the waters. But we will need a feed for our approximations of things, and we will need to see everything.
I don't see that being a problem. No, we can accommodate. In terms
More
of
people want to see our show.
what they've got, he'll try to do like a kind of like a layman's breakdown of whatever broadcast tech they've got, not getting into super detail, but I figure with Tech 2, I've at least got
You can say we will. This can happen. We can provide linkage and link to Pit and link down to Earth. These things can be done. But we will be watching. We will be recording. It will be all to see. And keep this part of it to yourself. Your artsy farts friends don't need to know.
I'll look again to Mao very quickly
and just fucking dagger eyes, like you don't say no to this person.
Understood.
Good, excellent. We will work with your boss here. We will get it all installed.
Sounds good. I do turn to Mao. Anything else? If this has happened, I gotta get going.
No, you get going, man.
All right. I got time for a cappuccino.
Yeah, talk to Lizzie.
Okay. And I will get like tiny little mini mini thermoses of cappuccino for all of us.
All right. Nice. Yeah. So, Frankie, while this is going down and while Hannah's reviewing stuff, you get a message from one of your cousins.
She'll basically answer it. She hasn't really bothered to get dressed because he woke her up.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like in a haphazard tank top, and she just like clicks the video on. She's like, "What, man? It's
Frankie,
early.
it's Maria.
What, Maria? It's early. What do you want?"
I know, but I am out and about. I'm doing, some business for the family. And
Yeah,
we hear tell that you have a show.
yeah.
Really interesting, really good. I love to see that you're letting your artistic soul blossom. This is good, yes?
Maria, what do you want?
Well, you're going to put your cousins on the list, aren't you?
I already said it wasn't a family affair that costs extra, and I ain't got that kind of funding.
Oh, so this you're Xing out your family, huh?
Dude, if you
Since
want
we're
to
sleeping in the
swing it
same
that
place,
way, that is
can I hear
fine for you.
can I hear your half of the conversation, Frankie?
Oh, she's on speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie
Okay.
don't give a fuck.
Just let them. Just be quiet. Let them come to the show.
But we gotta tell the other dudes
Hannah's back asleep.
God damn it, Hannah. Hold on. And she like puts her cousin on hold. Just like she literally says hold on and presses hold and like tips to the
Oh
side.
fucking god!
And she like IMs Bram, and she just like does a call, probably either like as you're leaving where you're talking, just like in the middle of it, just calling.
Yeah, so
Oh.
you're like getting on like the tram that takes you up a couple more levels. You're like juggling. How do I hold all these cappuccinos? And you get a buzz from Frankie.
I'll route it through my radio.
Bram.
Yeah, what's going on?
I have like a few cousins who want to come to the show tonight. Can you like get that cleared with like your boss and shit?
He looks backwards as literally the tram is like leaving the station, and he's on it. He kind of looks back at the station. Yeah, it might take me a minute. How many? And like,
Yeah, hold
are they
on.
gonna
And she's
have?
over to the side, brings Maria back over, and she's like,
Hello?
You put me
"How
on
many
fucking
people
hold?
you
What
want
the
to
fuck
be
is
here?"
wrong with you? I am your
Yeah, I'm gonna
cousin,
put you on.
Frankie.
Look. It's not like I was provided a space. I had to go. Anyway, I'm not gonna have this conversation with you. Well, how many of you want to come?
Oh, well, it will probably be me. It will be Louisa. It will be Jimmy's. I don't know. I think
5 max.
5 max. Okay, fine. It's okay. So you're doing this with those little gun runners, yeah?
Right? Yeah, 5 max, and don't be dealing. It's not our turf, and we're not cleared for that.
Okay, I understand. You're trying to go out on your own. You're not doing things with your own family, and it's fine. That's fine. We'll be good. We're just there for the show, maybe represent the family in just in a cursory way.
If
But no,
you
we
get
no deal. We'll just be there.
no funny business, I mean it. They
What
they
about
pretty
these?
serious
What
about
about
this
these
shit.
Liberty lads? I hear you got beef.
Yeah, we got beef with those fucks. Why? What does that matter?
Want us to kick the shit out of them? Are they gonna
No.
Are they gonna do the thing? Are they gonna come and shit in your bowl?
Look, oh my god. So yeah, they're probably gonna come over and try to crash it, but we have a plan in place, so don't worry about it.
Okay, but if they dishonor you, and if by dishonoring you, dishonoring us, then we will have to kick the shit out of them. You understand that? It's family pride.
Yeah,
Oh.
but we have it. There's a different shit kicking that needs to happen. Physical violence isn't gonna solve the problem. So let me and my band kick their ass musically.
If we need backup, tell her they can step in then.
Yeah, you hear Hannah over there.
Very groggy.
Ah, you people don't know. You don't know good work-life balance. You got to get your beauty sleep.
Yeah. Okay,
I
hold on. Let
was.
me see if I can clear 5 people. And she just puts her on hold again and pulls Bram back. She's like, yeah, Bram 5.
You muted.
Oh,
You're
you're muted.
He was muted too. Sorry, 5. Yeah, 5.
5. They're
Are
not
they
gonna
gonna have?
deal.
Are they gonna have people with them, like their own
Not
security? Or
5 max.
okay,
Yeah, they
there's
ain't gonna
some.
deal or nothing. They're just there to watch the show and apparently start beef with the Liberty Lads if they show up and we fail to beat them lyrically.
They want to protect Frankie, and therefore they are honor.
Yeah, besides, this could be a good thing
Hey,
for your
Bram.
gang to talk to my gang, and then maybe they could, like, be friends.
Oh yeah, that time we brokered peace between the mobs on the moon.
Yeah, about that. I got some. I need to make a call. Talk to you later. Don't let anybody. Just 5 people. Okay, goodbye. Click.
Hmm.
And I immediately call Mao.
Okay.
I go back and basically I make small talk with her until I get a call back from Bram.
Gotcha. Yeah, you guys start gossiping family stuff. All right.
I
Yes.
set out some breakfast.
Yeah. You call Mao. He's like, you. What's up? You still on the train?
How much do you know about this this group that I'm doing with? Do you know who the front runner is? Do you know whose daughter the front runner is?
Yeah, we know. We know. We told them that we didn't want any cross contamination. This is our thing. We don't want them on our turf for this thing, and she agreed.
So she's got some cousins, and they want to show up, but they pinky swear they ain't gonna deal. 5 of them. He's already said yes, but I
Have
mean,
not, liar.
He doesn't know.
oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry.
No, she's trying to get permission before she tells her cousins yes.
Oh, okay. Is Frank is Bram smart enough to realize that?
That's a good.
It's funnier if he's not.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did. I remember you saying, don't want nothing happening. So, what do I do? Do I say no? Do I say yes? What is this? This feels like a security risk.
It sounds like a fucking like security risk and like bigger thing because like her crew, her dad, and us, we're not on pinky terms. We're not on handshake terms. It's there's some tensions up on level 5. There's some turf overlaps that aren't great.
Level 5. Yeah, that's not good. That's a low number.
Yeah. That's their turf is more up there. We're more down there. But there's some overlaps. So 5 cousins. Like, are we talking cousins or cousins?
Blood relation, far as I can tell.
Well, that can mean either one. Fuck. But if we snub them, then that might be some fucking issues. Just like, all right, we're gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna I want you watching them.
I'll be on.
Have you or one of your guys on them, and if they fucking start shit, then it's gonna be on them. It's not gonna be on us. All right.
Yeah, I can. I was planning on being in the crowd anyway. I'll tail them. I'll let them know that I'm tailing them. It'll be nice and upfront. I don't want to do this. No, I ain't good at sneaking anyway. So yeah, no, I'll watch them. And yeah, if they do anything, I'll be eyes and ears for you and the rest of the vultures. And if
but don't let them walk
Vikings.
all over you either.
Oh no. I'm good with that.
All right, just make sure things. We don't want this boiling over, and if it does boil over, then it's them lighting the match. And then we'll spin that. This has the potential to fucking blow up in our faces, all right? But we don't want to fucking snub them either.
Yeah. Mao, why the guy gotta come today?
Maybe. Okay, here's the thing. Maybe try and convince her it's a real fucking bad idea. But if it has to happen, then it has to happen.
I think I'm more comfortable with 3. I can do 3. 5?
All right, man.
You can't do 5, Mao.
You know what? Your point on this, I like your initiative. I like you setting your own boundaries. 3's the max.
All right, 3's the max. I can do 3. 3 I can do. Mal, you know me. I can do 3.
3's fucking nothing.
3's nothing. 5? No.
Yeah, 5's a little much.
All right. Okay. All right. I got this. I'm almost there.
And I'm gonna want to know who too.
Yeah. I'll get you the names.
Just text me this fine gentleman's still there. He's going through the course, so things are a little distracted right now.
Oh, how's he doing?
He's a fucking killer from the pit, so we're all on best behavior.
I'm sure.
So the drones are moving real slow for him.
Okay, yeah. Let me know if he beats my score, huh?
I don't know about that.
All right.
I gotta go. Take care of it.
Yeah. Click, and I'll immediately call Frankie back.
Literally, she goes, get in the call, pause, hold, pulls up Bram. Yo.
He's literally in the middle of psyching him up. 3, I can do 3. I can't do 5. Hey, I can do 3. 3 I can do. I can't do 5.
You are right there. The answer is no, so don't lie to me. What's going on?
I think you asked him to invite another crime family into his territory, Frankie. Here's some bacon.
Oh, I fucking love bacon.
It's vegan.
Yes, Hannah, thank you very much. It's just the situation got a little bit more complex, and this is even more complex, but you really can't do a whole lot of talking about the situation. So, I can't talk about the situation.
Like right now or ever?
I can't talk about the situation. Yeah. Hannah gets what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the answer then?
3. We can do 3, and I'm gonna be tailing them all night. That's
I thought you're supposed to be my bodyguard.
I thought you were supposed to be all of our bodyguards.
Yeah, well, that was before rival gangs.
Okay.
That was before members of a rival gang decided to show up in our turf, promising up and down that they ain't gonna deal. And I'm sorry, you find a cousin who ain't gonna deal, and I got a bridge to sell you over the moon's only river.
They do have a river.
So, are you done, telling me this is a bad idea yet?
Yeah, I guess I'm done.
Okay, cool. So, hold on a moment. Hold. Click. Maria.
I swear to fucking God, Frankie.
So I did some negotiating, and we can do 2.
To hand my heart. What is this? 2.
Also, yeah, no, don't even try me right now because I negotiated these deals, and now I'm trying to add on something after I told them it wasn't a family affair. So I got 2. And you're gonna have a babysitter all night long to make sure you're not doing anything untoward.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. I just increased that. I'm going to assume my striking looks and shit doesn't apply because it's my cousin. So I'm just rolling my presence plus my persuasion. 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 4 successes, and I'm rolling a 10. No, 4 successes.
Fine. I can tell the others that they gotta find something else to do tonight. We're gonna have a babysitter. Are they hot? Am I at least gonna have some nice arm candy with this, sir?
I mean, I think he has a nice butt.
Okay, all right. Is it nice enough for me to, you know me. I'm 90.
I know your
I'm
standards.
80 girls only. Am I gonna have something to deal with this?
No. All
right, I guess I'll let Louisa take care of him.
You be nice to him. I like this one.
Oh, you got yourself another boyfriend?
That.
All
Goodness
right. Well, if
gracious.
we
At
have
least
to,
not yet.
if we,
He hasn't shown any fire yet. He's been like, "Oh, I know who your family is." And then he was all like, "Oh, I feel awkward now." And I'm just like, "Man,
all right.
he got
Well,
intimidated by the family stuff, and don't go pulling your weight on him. This is like his first gig too, and I want him to look good."
you just gotta have everything your way, Frankie. Okay. All right.
Of course I do. That ever been like ever a question?
No, sweetie, no, and that's why things are gonna go bad for you. All right, we're gonna start getting our outfits ready. Make sure we're on the list.
I'll make sure you're on the list. Two, and who you bringing?
Me and Louisa.
You and Louisa. All right. And she kind of pauses for a moment and she thinks if there's anything else she needs to specify. And she's like, all right, so I'm assuming with the way they're reacting, we ain't on the best terms with them. I want to keep using this site for our bang stuff. So I'm going to need you not to fuck that up.
Are you saying this to Louisa?
Oh,
To Maria? Like, all right, all right. We're just there to see the show. All right, we're gonna leave all of our candy at home. I mean, is there gonna be anything there for us? Like, we don't mind throwing some money around.
there might be some stuff there for you as far as like hard candy goes, but buy what they're selling.
All right. We'll throw some money
and
around.
and maybe out of all of this we can get some negotiations between the two groups so this can be less awkward next time.
All right, all right. Don't go biting off more you can chew. That's you don't start playing family politics unless you want to come back.
You all act like I left. I'm just doing shit on my own.
You know what? That's one way of saying that you left.
Really? Who
I'm not going to
who
have this
always
argument
who
with you,
no no no
Frankie. I'm
no
not.
who
No,
always
no,
comes
no,
home
no.
for the
That's
holidays?
between
Who
you and
comes
your
home for the
father. That's between
holidays?
you and your
Me.
father.
I come home for the holidays.
Oh, real great, real great. We got. Yeah, okay, fine. This is between you and your dad. I'm not going to get my neck into it. Look, I got to go get some outfits. I got to take care of some things. We'll see you tonight. All right, kisses.
Bye,
All right.
Maria.
That Hannah.
That's Hannah.
All right, say hi to Hannah for me.
She says hey.
And she hangs up. Yeah.
Did we just get threatened by your family?
I always get threatened by my family. This is not new. And she just like clicks. You probably hear the back end of that. She's like, I always get threatened by my family. That's not new. Bram, it's two.
All right. Names.
Maria and Louisa. She'll give basically the public gang knowledge, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay. I immediately text that to Mal.
They ain't bringing any hard candy, but they will be looking to buy hard candy. So if you guys are dealing, which I assume you're dealing, they'll be down to play.
All right. I'll add on to Mao. Make sure to bring the good stuff for him.
You just get a text back. You're a miracle worker. All right. So yeah, I'll say that a little bit more time goes by. You're able to get up to their level and head over to where the crash base is. You come in with your arms full of cappuccinos, and you guys are in the same physical space.
Oh, thank God! I hope some of those are for us.
Is anybody else here? Is like tech still setting up and stuff?
Most of the stuff has been. Most things are happening down in the site. This place is actually pretty cleared out.
Okay.
It's just us.
Okay. All right. So
Trade you some breakfast for coffee.
yeah, sure. Yeah, like
Frankie.
he just like hands like it's like a half dozen little mini cappuccinos, just presses them into your hands.
Frankie happily takes one and like skips over and it makes a big deal of kissing you on the cheek, and then promptly goes and sits in Hannah's lap, promptly being then shoved off by Hannah, but she does it anyway.
I was gonna eat my breakfast. So that's fine.
Okay, so I want to do a thing. Hannah, can we? I've never really done this, so can I?
What you got in mind? I'm game.
Okay.
Wait, this isn't crime stuff, right? This is stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
It's.
see myself out.
Oh no.
She's
I mean, it's just
authorized.
Say.
stick around. You need to stick around, but yeah.
Why do I
So
need to stick around? I
we'll
ain't
see.
sensitive like you all.
You
Just
might need help.
I'm trying. Please, just give me a second to concentrate. I don't want to liquefy a head. Okay.
While you're doing that, I just send a quick text to Frankie. You know more about this than us. Please stay. Heart.
And yeah, I will try to use my basic ability of mind speak with Hannah.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of a channel of psi energy opens between the two of you, and you can speak as per normal, but silently mind to mind.
Cool.
It feels very natural. Like when you focus in on like the voices and like that aspect of your psi awareness, you just are able to form a very gentle link between the two of you.
Okay.
Wish I could
So,
do that.
hi. Thank you very much. We have a complication in the form of another gang, representatives of the president, wanting to get in on the show.
Is this telepathically?
Yeah, it's telepathic.
It's
Okay.
telepathic, and it's only with Hannah.
I got you. She's literally looking
Yeah,
between you two, like waiting.
Yeah, Hannah's just like concentrating and not trying not to show much reaction.
So, and I'll give you just a rundown of like I'll try to play back my memory of that, like as best I can.
Yeah, with a bit of concentration, you're able to recall that, and it's pretty vivid. Like once the flow of memory and communication gets going.
So,
So useful.
yeah, like it's I kind of wish I was better at talking to people. I feel like maybe I missed out on something, but they are gonna be there. They're gonna have their own feed. I don't really know what this is gonna do for the for the Vikings. It sounds like a good opportunity to me, but he was all about like not letting y'all know. But I mean, like, fuck that guy. You know,
Can you try and capture copies of the feeds that they're taking?
I can try. I mean, I know my way around doors and stuff, but I don't. This kind of broadcast tech is not really my thing. But I'll try. Yeah,
I might
I'll
just
try.
give them to you if you ask.
I could do that.
Either way, like honestly, I really think you might should tell Frankie about this since she's right there and
Well, here's the
more her
thing.
bailiwick than mine.
I told Mao that I wasn't going to tell you anything, and I have not spoken a word
Oh,
to you.
I see. It would be a shame if
Yeah.
you somehow found out.
Yeah, exactly. So now I can go back and say, "Hey, look, boss, I didn't say a word."
Don't know how they figured it out. All right.
High five.
High five. I say that part out loud.
And like in his meditation, just his hand kind of goes. And then
okay, high five.
with that, I'll let the link kind of fade.
So once you both come back to your senses, Frankie's already gotten irritated and walked outside. Like by being ignored, she was not cool with that. That and it's very obvious she's super jealous. So she just like walks outside, and you clearly know where she went because you can smell her smoke from outside.
Bring another plate with some more bacon on it. Frankie?
What?
I mean, you might want to listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm now included in the conversation? That's nice.
I didn't want to explode someone's head. I know what I'm doing now. Do you want to listen or not?
Of the
What?
two of us, I'm the more expendable one, Frankie.
No? Why the hell would you think that?
No, it's just a joke. Just listen to him.
It's a shitty joke. What?
I'll reach out to you as well.
So yeah, you feel like another presence in your mind suddenly. And like
Well, he's done this before, so she kind of
Yeah.
knows what to feel. She's like, she'll like pause and then basically, it's not like she can really stop him, so she's like, lets him on in.
I think you
What?
can resist.
Yeah,
probably.
Okay, well, she's not. What? Irritated voice
Yeah.
and
If
brain.
you refuse, it fails automatically. I don't even get a roll.
Okay, no, she's not refusing, but you do get an irritated what?
And the same thing. So is going to be a representative. I spoke this morning with a representative from the president. He
Do I know
wants
who
to
the
get in.
president is?
Absolutely, you do. The president is the boss of bosses. Everyone who does anything criminal is at some way tied to the president. They do their operations out of a place called the Pit, which is the old Russian colony that has been utterly taken over by the main gang, like the gang that is above all other gangs on the moon, of which the president is the leader. So like the super mob boss.
She kind of like holds up a finger and like literally reaches out and like touches it to your lips, even though you're not talking with them. With the but come again.
Yeah. So this big Russian mook sits me down, sipping my fucking cappuccino, and sorry, goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm kind of out of sorts this morning.
Just
Says
spit it
that he
out.
wants in. You know, he's frankly, he said some insulting things about your artwork, but
That's not surprising.
I reckon everybody's got an opinion, so I don't make much of it. Also, he could literally draw and quarter me, and no one would ever lift a finger to help. So, you know,
Does he know that I'm going to be there? Does he know that this is kind of a? Is he aware?
I honestly did not pick up on that. I don't know if he knows you are there, or if you are the one involved in this. He just seems to think that you're a bored rich kid with too much money and free time. So I don't know.
Rude. Very rude.
Like I said, very rude. But again, if I speak up to the guy, I'm gone. So you know. Anyway,
Okay.
If it was just him, or if it was just your cousins, fine. But both
Okay.
got me a little worried. You know, thank you very much for negotiating down to just two. I really appreciate that.
I didn't negotiate.
That's why I'm gonna say sorry.
I didn't negotiate. I just told them.
Well, there you go. That's why I want to tail them, because I know that you and Hannah are going to be in proximity. I know that if anything goes wrong, that you two will be able to take care of yourselves. But if anything happens, the last thing that I want on my conscience is a gang war. Heaven forbid.
Yeah, I don't want them there. I'm gonna have to go talk to my dad.
I will note something. They did not. The guy Slavoy, the guy from the president, did not say that he would be there.
No,
there's not going to be someone from the president's organization there. They're just installing things to put the feed there, and there's a feed going back to them. So there's.
I mean, Bram is going to trust his gut, which
Okay.
is
All right.
to not trust that very dense individual as far as he can be thrown.
Fair enough.
So just
Now that you're all clued into the situation, I would like everyone to make me a larceny roll.
Ooh, yay! Is this to figure something out?
Yes, figure something out.
Cunning and some
cunning.
larceny.
Yep.
Come on. Oh, thank God. 1 success.
1 success.
I have 2, and I'm rolling a 10.
Unless detecting lies is part of it.
No.
Okay, yeah, 1 success.
2.
Okay.
Yay.
Did you roll, Bram?
Actually,
I got
wait
one.
1 second. Let me see my specialties. Does this involve compromising information?
It does.
I do have a specialty. I don't know what that does.
Okay,
though.
it'll just add another enhancement. So you're
Okay.
piecing together like, okay, a full feed from our show going to the fucking pit. And like you think like, okay, how can this be exploited? Like what would they be getting out of that? Like in addition to like the first thing that comes to your mind is very self-centered of like, oh, they're gonna steal our music. But then like the more your training in this sort of thing kicks in, like, oh no, the worst thing they could do is get blackmail information. They could have recordings of people doing illegal things, or make people who might be slumming it, that can be used compromising way. Like that's if you had to put your finger on like what they might use this information for and why they would want such a full feed.
Question:
Mhm.
Are you guys okay with me spending a momentum?
Go for it.
Yes.
I have connecting the dots, so I can make that leap.
Okay. Well,
So
I
I
was
can
just
figure
gonna
out
give I was just gonna give that to you as a result of your roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're thinking like, oh shit. That could be bad. Like that being tied to you, particularly with your cousins coming. This could be a gold mine of like blackmail and compromising information, which the president's organization could be getting from this.
She kind of like makes that leap in logic and then explains it to everyone, to Bram and to Hannah, and she goes, "Does your boss understand this?"
I don't know, and there's no way that I can ask him that question.
Why? Just say
'Cause
you
then,
thought about it.
I mean,
Frankie, I ain't that smart.
So you'd rather let your boss walk in blind?
I don't think my boss has got anything to worry about this.
Really?
I'm
You
worried
don't
more
No,
think
about.
this is a way for the president to get some dirt on your people as well?
We ain't gonna have a whole lot of people there. We're gonna have
Bullshit.
security. We're gonna have security.
Bullshit.
What?
You're telling me that no one from your gang is going to be in there dealing. You're telling me that no one in your gang is going to be in there doing some questionable shit, which is then being recorded. That then, if they wanted to, they could blackmail you with by going to the cops with this anonymous information?
I
You're
mean,
telling
yeah,
me.
Well, I mean,
we'll be dealing, but we
are you
always
guys
deal.
this is telepathic right now? By the way.
Frankie's
At this
talking.
point, it's verbal.
Okay. I mean, surely your boss would. I mean, he knows they're being recorded, right? Like, I don't
Yeah,
imagine
Yeah.
you get very far in y'all's line of work not being cautious of what you say on camera.
look, all I'm saying is this. If suddenly the the fucking head honcho comes down and says, "Yo, we're going to record you. We're going to do this X, Y, and Z." You don't really get to tell them no, but you also don't actually think about the consequences because you don't even have a reason to tell them no.
I'd worry
That
more that
might
he's
not
going to
even
try to
come into
use. I'd worry more he's going to try to use you against your own family. But
hence why I got to talk to my dad and convince him to say to keep the family from showing up.
well, I hope we get some good recordings of this other show at least.
All right. With these ponderous measures hanging in the air, we are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. So yeah, you guys got some lot of information flying around, a lot of possibilities, a lot of crime sinking its fingers into your show, which is supposed to be a pure expression of art and humanity. Frankie, were you gonna call your dad?
Yeah, I'm setting up a meeting with my dad. I'm going in
Okay.
person.
So I will say, like, it is still morning. You maybe have a couple of hours before you are, before you guys really have to get, like, down to the site getting prep work done. There's a lot of last minute stuff that's going to go by. So you only have a couple of hours to
Oh,
do stuff.
she's legitimately being like, I'm on the way.
Okay, so you're just sending a message to your dad that I'm coming. Okay. So yeah, you get there. Yeah, you're gonna have to head over. It is a couple of sectors over. Uh, yeah. So he is. I did. Yeah, he's not in Fado. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Yeah, he's in the Fado district. Um, so yeah, you make your way over that way, and he says he basically sends a message of like, I suppose it wouldn't matter if I said that I was busy anyway. So, so he does that. What about Bram? What are you up to now that things are starting to get hot?
What is he up to?
You gonna follow me?
I'm not gonna go into your dad's turf. No. I think he'll probably head down to the site,
Okay.
and just start trying to busy himself, kind of looking over all the tech. Uh, yeah, just
Okay.
looking over all the tech, trying to make sure to the best of his ability, which admittedly isn't much, that it's all, things are as secure as possible. See if there is anybody from um, the president's folks who are there, if they're going to be doing any install.
Okay.
He would want to be there just to make sure to oversee it and make sure that they're not
Sure.
doing anything that's going to disrupt the broadcast.
Cool. All right. And what about Hannah? What is Hannah up to?
If Bram will let me, I'll accompany you on the trip down. But when we get there, I'm going to try to meditate using
Okay.
the Dakir style
All
or
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
technique.
fine with me.
Cool. So we will start with you. So yeah, you can find like there's a lot of stuff going on. Like there are your build crew, your installation techs are busy going stuff. There's a handful of Vikings dealing with things. There's a lot of going in front. You are able to you basically head down into sort of that utility area where you found that last that aberrant mutant.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be like the quietest place, even though it has some disturbing connotations. But yeah, you're able to get a quiet place away from the barely controlled chaos. So yeah, go ahead and give me your first cure roll, which is going to be culture plus cunning.
Sure, I got 3 successes on that one.
3 successes. So you get yourself into a state of decure. You can basically have this pool of reserve and focus that you can call upon. Are you going to attempt to access the secondary part of that, the vision, the guiding vision part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm. Yeah, I've kind of opened myself up to the area around and the bustling of things up above, and contemplate a little bit about my concerns about warring crime families
Okay.
being present, and
So you
just
are the question that you are asking is about the
I
crime
am more.
families.
Yeah, I think that's more general of like interferences in the show, but definitely that's at the forefront of Hannah's mind.
Okay.
Is the I'm not too worried about Liberty Lad. He's a chump. I'm
Okay.
worried about these guys with guns.
Okay,
Not
gotcha.
that
All
Liberty
right.
Lad doesn't have one, but
So things that can disrupt the show in a pretty
and
catastrophic way. Okay.
yes,
All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll psi plus integrity.
yes. Would you guys mind if I use a momentum?
Do we have any?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I believe you do. You should have at least 2 left.
Yeah, I thought we had
Okay,
3.
yeah, I'm good with that.
According to my marking them down. All right. That is 3 successes.
So you were thinking about you're looking in and like when you come to this mind, it must be something with how your power awakened. It comes back to water. It comes back to flow. It comes back to the natural currents of standing and moving bodies of water. And you have a whirlpool that you have set up. You have like you see you're like literally like starting to see overlays of rushing, swirling water that you sense and feel filling up the area. And you're thinking about the disruptions, the things that can mess with this flow. And you see like a little stream of red, white, and blue, and it causes a little bit of turbulence. Nothing that can't be managed. Small fry, like ultimately small fry. At least for tonight. And then you see kind of like this churning rush of metal, like metal debris, like gun casings. Coming in and swirling. And yeah, that's a little bit more troubling. That definitely needs managing. You see like, yeah, that someone needs to keep an eye on that. Otherwise it might clog up the works. And just as you're sort of like pulling out of the vision, you feel the ripples of a large rock, a glittering, like mica covered rock, falling in straight through the center of the whirlpool and colliding with you. How many total successes did you get on that?
I got 3 successes on both rolls.
Okay. So you are going to have 2 enhancement for dealing with the subject of this vision.
2 in for dealing.
So that is the vision that you get. If you want to, we can come back to you in a little bit if you want to make an enigmas roll to try and interpret that.
Yeah. Actually, if I'm able to like kind of hold on to the vision, but I'm no longer in meditation, I actually try to get Bram's attention, and I invite you to make a connection and see if I can share the vision I had with you.
Bram's a little busy right now.
Okay.
We are actually going to move over to Bram. Yeah, you are starting to interface with your guys, starting to interface with your thing. You quickly touch base with the people who are like you see a couple of your guys working with some of the install techs to get like things that you start to recognize as like recording and opnet feed stuff. So it looks like the president's dude just handed the tech off to the Vikings guys. So they're handling the install.
Okay, good. That puts some of my concerns aside.
Mm-hmm. But they certainly seem to be following like a set of instructions for how to get that set up.
Give me that spec. Give me the serial number on that one.
Okay. Yeah, he hands you over he shoots you over a copy of the spec list.
I save it on my agent and I have it just kind of start looking it over to see what it can tell me about the stuff.
Yeah, it's yeah, go ahead and give me a tech roll, and you can add your agent's enhancement to the roll.
Let me double check that real quick. For those of you not in the know, your mini comp comes with an agent, and that agent can actually provide bonuses to certain roles depending on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So Agents, blah, blah, blah. Building agents, popular agents, patent. Here we go. New era designs, stats, mental 6, social 4, applications, admin, current events, geography, history, language translation, math, politics, military regs, online research, strategy, and tactics. So would I add its mental 6?
No, that would free for if you are having it. Yeah. So basically, if you're just having it do this roll, then yeah, it would you would just roll those 6 dice, and then add enhancement. I think there's a rating that it has for. Let me just double check real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, there is some pretty specific rules for agents and the like. I'm pretty sure it gives you like enhancement and stuff. Minicoms, biocoms, agents.
What you all cannot feel is this very purring cat mess that's in my.
I've been
It-
very much enjoying watching her.
yeah. Mine
Okay.
is perched over there.
So, what I will say is, yeah, if you want to just have it do a mental roll, with yeah, its strategy and tactics will apply. So you can make it a mental roll of 6 dice, plus 2 enhancement.
Okay, I'll do that then. So
So it
because
is just
that's actually better than my own roll.
yeah. Yeah, minicomps can be really helpful in filling in gaps in what you can do.
All right, 2 successes. One of them's a 10. So 2 plus none. 2 plus 2 enhancement for a total of 4.
Okay. So yeah, it takes in the specs. It analyzes like where all the equipment is, the type of equipment, and then it pops back up with like this grizzled military face, saying like, "All right, we're looking at a total surveillance situation here. It's got you pinned down, and you got total reconnaissance in this situation. I'm assuming that we're trying to work something out here, maybe get a tactical advantage from this."
How wide a perimeter are we talking here? Is it just the space? Is it anywhere beyond?
Looks like it's just the space, maybe some of the intake, outtake. Now, if I were running this up and I didn't want to if I wanted to keep some wiggle room here, I'd engineer some dead zones, little places here and there where you can be off reg.
I look up at the stage. Are there wings? Like, is there anywhere backstage?
So the way this is set up is there is a backstage area, but that's like the utility area that Hannah went into. This is like this isn't a stage in a technical sense. Frankie is like the head person is going to be all around this place amongst the crowd, and there are little secure avenues that she can get into to go to various different spaces. So it's not a traditional stage. There's like a big tree sculpture in the center, and like projections around the walls. This is going to be a big mass of people up and around this big tree.
So there's the utility corridor, the Jeffries tube, I guess. That's down in the floor. Are there any other small spaces that I can see that makes sense to kind of carve out as a dead zone?
Yeah, your agent it gives you 3 places where if you move the recording the lens off by a couple of inches, that you can create very small dead zones in the crowd where same thing with the boom mics and the hyper specific like audio recording, like it recommends 3 places and 3 modifications to like where the sensor equipment is pointing that create like maybe like a 3-foot bubble here and there where you can try and eke out spaces where things can go unnoticed.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that. And I want to make a mark for all 3 of them that
Mm-hmm.
matches the decor, but still doesn't blare out like something obvious.
Okay. Give me a larceny roll to do this unnoticed.
Okay, I'll do that. Cunning larceny, that'll be 7 dice. 6, 7. Two successes. One is a 10. 2 successes.
Okay. You can set up 2 zones.
Okay.
Like you know, like you can go for try and go for a third, but like you just kind of stop yourself and you think someone will see you doing it.
I'm happy with 2.
Okay, so like these are like literally like 3-foot radius diameter places where you can do or say something that won't get recorded.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mark out something on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and I will make note like of the 2 locations.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go try to find Hannah down in the utility closet.
Okay, so you're gonna head down there. We're
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and move over to Frankie. So yeah, you get on the transit. It takes you over the Fado district, and it's mid-morning by the time you get there. And you come up to the family's estate, family's facility, and you meet your dad as he's coming out with the dogs on their leashes. So like,
Uh,
I gotta get my steps in, sweetie. So if we're gonna talk, you're gonna do it on the road. Come on,
that's
come on.
she happily like jogs alongside him, and she says, basically gives some type of code word
Mm-hmm.
or phrase they have, basically to make sure she's like, is this, are we secure?
He's like, we're gonna go down the access lane, and like he like tugs the dogs over down like an alley between like your house and like one of the one of the transit lines that comes like, all right, well, you're taking my time, sweetie, so what's up?
She kind of like has that look, like he rarely ever sees her nervous, and she is nervous. And she goes, I got a concert tonight,
So
and
I
I got a
heard.
feed for you, and I know Maria and Louisa want to go, and I need you to convince them not to.
Aha.
But it's not what you're thinking. The problem is, look, I'm about to give you some information that doesn't need to leave us, and like, I'm it's serious, Dad. So
I'm listening. Yeah, you know what? I know you're off on your own and you don't want to lean on your old man, so I'm assuming that it's serious. So hit
the
me with it.
president is going to have a live feed for the show.
He lets one of the leashes go, like an involuntary response.
She just grabs like,
Yeah, it starts to bolt off, but you're able to grab it before they like. Are you fucking kidding me?
not fucking kidding you right now.
What the fuck are you up to that you're getting the attention of the president?
I don't know. We picked a venue with the Vikings turf. I don't know what he's interested in, but I do
She, by
know
the way, the president is
she.
she.
Oh, okay, she. I don't know what she's up to, but I do know that Maria and Luisa being there is going to do nothing but cause trouble for us in the long run. And she specifically uses the word us.
Mm-hmm. You know I don't like coming down on your cousins. They do good work.
They do good work. I just don't want them to do something that gets back to that feed that then's going to put them in a compromising situation, which is why I'm coming to you because I know you can take that information, not release it, but also get things done. I'm trying to protect our rep, Dad.
Give me a persuasion roll.
I would like to use a momentum, please.
Go for it.
It's cool. Athena, stop it, you brat.
That's one of the dogs.
All right, let's roll that footage. So 10, 10, 8, 8. So that's 4. With rolling for 2. 4.
Okay. All right. You make a good case. And he like stops and pulls the dogs a little closer and like pulls them to heel. And he turns to you and he looks you straight in the eyes and says, "But I need you to hear me something, Frankie." What is your real name? He would call you by your the name he gave you.
Oh, hold on, let me look at my sheet if I wrote
Is
it
it like
down.
Francesca?
Yeah, I think it's like Francesca.
Francesca?
Yeah, it's Francesca. It's
Franche-
Francesca Valens.
Francesca Amelie Valens. I need you to hear me. And I need you to really hear me. You do not get involved. You do not step on the toes of the president. If I hear or you tell me or anything, if this gets deeper, then we are going to have a serious conversation about this lifestyle of yours. Because I can't have that kind of trouble. Not for you and not for this family. Do you hear me, Francesca?
Hear you, Dad.
All right.
I wanted to come to you as soon as I've heard about it because I knew it was important.
He puts like a hand on the side of your hair and just like, "That's smart. That's real smart." I'll talk to Maria and Louisa. They're not going to be happy. They don't like it when I tell them what to do. And they're good earners. So, as long as we're clear on what happens if this gets deeper,
I will come to you.
you better come to me.
She just kind of gives him a smile. She goes, "Dad, I always come to you. Despite trying to make it, to prove my worth to you, I always come home."
And that's why I don't got to pull the leash. And she's like, all right. I got business to take care of.
Yeah, and currently I have a source with the Vikings that's going to be giving me information about stuff like this. So the less people who know about it, the better.
All right. Well, you slumming it with those tunnel rats. That's fine. That's everyday business. President is not everyday business.
Understood.
All right. Get going, kid.
Okay. She passes the leash over, and she goes, "Who's a good boy, Pizza? Yes, you are. Yes, you are." And she's like,
Scritches.
"Oh yeah, no, she's definitely brought like some of like the synthetic bacon," and she's like, "Here you go, guys," and she's like paying off the dogs like she usually does before she leaves.
All right, the dogs are mollified. You've paid the price for the dogs. All right. So are you gonna head back down to the site now, or what? Anything else you're taking care
Yeah,
of?
she's gonna go meet him at the site, and you're just gonna basically the group message is going to get the message, "We're riding solo tonight."
Got it. All right. So yeah, you finish up your work, Bram, and you head down to the utility area where you saw Hannah goes. And just as you are like just as you're like heading down the stairs, both you and Hannah get that message from Frankie.
Okay.
One less thing to worry about. I respond. The thumbs up.
Yo, Hannah, you
Yeah.
got a sec?
Yeah. What's up?
I'll reach out again telepathically.
Yep.
And I'll kind of give you a projection of the space map of the area with the
Mm-hmm.
two
Blind
places
spots.
marked out. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Right.
I got that set up. I don't know if they're going to be necessary, but they'll be there in case they need it. You know.
Good idea.
Uh,
Thanks.
yeah, Hannah, you get kind of like an after image of that
Mm-hmm.
like flow of gun casings, and it seems a little lighter now.
Yeah, that I think that was a good idea to help manage whatever's going on here.
Good.
And it's very clearly distracted. Um, and she's actually like paying attention to this conversation, but still half in the vision. And I want to try to holding on to what's left of it instead of following like the glittering stone landing on us or on me. I'm going to try to follow its ripples and see what they do with the gun case. See how they interact with the gun casings
Okay.
and Liberty Lads.
Yeah, give me an Enigmas roll.
Yeah. Cunning, intellect, or composure? What do you think?
Let's go with
I could
cunning.
pick
I think cunning makes the
perfect.
most sense for doing a vision.
Sounds good to me. You guys mind if I use momentum? Oh wait, I do have the do those enhancements. Can I apply those to this?
You can, but then they're gone.
I see. Okay. Well, I'll just do this roll. Quick. Okay. Then that's just two successes, and I'll save the enhancements for now.
2 successes. You're sort of like plotting out all of the disturbance. Um, you like sort of sense you see the trajectory of the rock, and it just it knows where to be to not interact with any of that.
Cool. Yeah. And like, Bram, you can tell Hannah's being a bit of a space case right now, but kind of probably mumble something about gangs and tides. Oh wait. Hey, are we still connected?
Yeah. I'm like, you okay?
Yeah. Um, let's see if this works this way. And because you shared a memory with me before, I try to share the memory of the vision with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can because I'm not telepathic, but
Give me an integrity roll.
okie dokie.
Probably resolve integrity.
Yeah, perfect. Um, 2 successes.
Yeah, you're able to marshal your thoughts enough to send not like the full vision, but
Mm-hmm.
like the basics of it over, and like you get hit, Bram, with like this wave of sensory information coming from her, that just like washes over your head, and like you're seeing, like it's like a 20-second acid trip.
I think you're gonna get a cool visitor. Maybe Marty? Dunno. Oh crap! Did I break Bram? Bram?
Whoa. What was that?
Oh, I don't. It's like I was meditating on what's gonna happen tonight. Uh, in regards to folks from your organization and whoever else might be uh, dropping in on us, and what kind of things might be disrupting us from that quadrant. And this is kind of how I guess this is how that kind of thing looks to me. I'm pretty new at
So what
this.
was the rock?
Well, I mean, I didn't really feel menaced by them. Again, I did invite somebody who's comes off as kind of glittery to the show, so I'm kind of hoping it's them. Otherwise, that's a total mystery to me.
All right. And is the gun stuff like
Not y'all.
bad, right? Like,
I don't know if it's bad, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I mean, even you just it, once you set up those those areas for us, that kind of dampened it down the chaos of it a little bit. So I think it's manageable.
okay. That's pretty wild. That's thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I hope I can use that.
Me too.
Sorry. That's is that what you always see?
No, no, I learned that kind of technique to try to see that kind of thing. I mean, I've been at this for a few days, you know.
How long you had this stuff?
It's been like what, a week?
Yeah, about a week.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, well, I don't feel nearly so bad.
yours definitely seems a little more concrete and immediately practical.
I mean,
But I don't know, forewarned is forearmed, I guess.
I already know how to shoot stuff. It's much better
Yeah,
if I know what's coming, you know?
exactly. I mean, again, we're all already gonna be on our toes, but now we at least have a an idea of what kind of thing might be intruding on us.
Yeah. I I just hope it goes well. I know this is important to use, and I just
I, I hope it goes well and relatively uncomplicated. Liberty lads, I'm ready to deal with. I guess not really, but you know they make sense. You and Frankie's connections. Well, I got nothing to say about all that. Besides, I don't know how that works.
yeah, I don't really understand there either.
Frankie, you make it to the site, and you're seeing the organized chaos of everything getting set up. You see your security people there. You don't immediately see Bram or Hannah, but it's a safe assumption that they're down in the utility area.
Uh,
Sure, hanging out in the aberrant graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
oh great, yeah, that place that she's like not good, yo.
Not
Um,
creepy at all.
she'll actually go around and she'll actually help with setup for a few minutes, basically like no, 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 to the left, your other left, yes, that left. Uh,
Which one makes now? Which one makes now?
come on, guys. Um,
Yeah.
and she's basically going through and kind of directing people, usually what Narwhal would do, but she's
Mm-hmm.
kind of taken a bigger hand in it since
Okay.
she's kind of has to now. And she's going through and she's like meeting the other security people that are there, just being,
Well,
friendly with them and talking.
Mice and Narwhal are still here.
Okay,
Like they're doing their jobs and taking place. Just they're in the background for the foreseeable future.
gotcha. So then she's going to go around and meet the security detail
Mm-hmm.
and basically figure out what's going on with them, basically figure out where they're posted at for the night, basically give them some heads up of some of like the types of people to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the banger crowd.
Okay. Let's see. Give me give me an empathy roll.
I have empathy. Is this to figure something out, to notice
No,
something?
this is to like to install some emotional intelligence into these goons.
Awesome. So does my specialty in lackeys apply?
Sure.
Yay!
Now all lackeys are your lackeys.
Hmm.
They can be. All right. 2 successes, one's a 10. 2 successes with 1 enhancement.
Okay, so you're able to fill in some of those gaps that Bram had some trouble with when he was setting up security stuff. You see where they're fairly well organized, but you're just able to like go over some test cases of sort of the stuff that they'll be running into, and kind of give them a better understanding of how to deal with this crowd. Unless you guys want to have another interaction real quick, we can fast forward to the show.
So I know I have some dramatic editing. I know y'all don't have that, but I have that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to live dangerously, I would like to use one of my dramatic editing. I would like a representative of the president to be there live in the crowd.
Okay. You can spend a
And
point
our
of
plane leaves in 15 minutes.
okay. You can spend a point of inspiration to say that is a thing that's going to happen. Surprise, surprise. As you guys are going over like final guest lists and final numbers and yeah, the especially through the Vikings, the crowd, the noise gets the message gets put through the people who are in the know that yeah, there will be someone from the president's organization here. Basically a VIP has been added to the list. And that is something that is sudden and happens. But yeah, do you guys want to talk at all before the show gets starts, or can we fast forward on to that?
I'm cool with fast forwarding if you guys are.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Sure. Do you let us know about that, or do we know about that happening?
Yeah,
or,
I would say that like especially Bram would find out pretty quickly that because the people in charge of security would like get that information, and you'd get that information of like, yeah, there will be okay, yeah, no, what we thought before, no, there's going to be a monitor, there's going to be someone here to keep an eye on things.
People are gonna notice all these mobsters around, and we are gonna get a reputation.
Indeed.
Like we don't already have it.
Luckily, yeah, the fact that your cousins aren't going to be there means that there's only 2 gangs, and neither of those gangs have beef with another, because you don't have beef with the president, because then you just die. So who knows how manageable that situation is. Before we fully fast forward, I need to know from Bram and Hannah, are you activating your Cycloaks before the show starts?
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, Bram, are you going to activate your Cycloak?
Bram doesn't really know what that is, so the thought of doing that hasn't really occurred to him.
Well,
I know Hannah's mentioned hiding it to you, and like I'll probably try to walk you through it if you seem receptive.
I mean, I just don't really understand why. Like,
Because we're weird curiosities, and we don't know who all's gonna be here, and if anybody, again, I showed you that thing. Somebody with some kind of ability showing up, and we might not want to be noticed as the weirdos we are.
yeah, because you can tell that the two of you are very aware that the other is radiating psychic energy. So if an actual scion were to show up, which, from what you can tell, scions are, powerful psychic users, it stands to reason that they would be able to just sniff you out very easily, unless you were to activate your Cycloak.
yeah, that makes sense.
Some almost spotted me when I first, came into this situation, but fortunately I was able to avoid detection.
Yeah, that's a good idea then. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Could you walk me through that?
I'll do my best.
Like, I know how to do it. I just want to make sure you know how to do it. Like.
Oh, absolutely. I always appreciate a second pair of eyes on my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure I get this right. Offer point to.
Sorry, I'm looking up the rules on that, just so that we're clear. Psychokinesis. There we go. There's quantokinesis. Okay, so yeah, you can set your psi trait to appear as anything you wish. You can be a normal human, a latent, a strong latent, or an active psion. Um, you can even give the impressions of being a proxy. Um,
I will look like a regular person.
yeah, you can also shut down your psi, and disappear from noetic detection. Yeah, so you just both want to appear like negative normal people. Okay, done. Okay, yeah, so we fast forward into the night. This space has been, before, every now and then, like you might test a system and like a hologram will come online. Maybe some sound will play on a sound check. Now everything is online. Everything is playing. Holograms of words and images are dancing across the walls, moving up through this large tree structure in the center. Frankie, you are weaving your way in and out of the crowd with your microphone, with the holograms periodically like centering you and concealing you so that you appear where you want to. Um, the crowd is feeling it. You guys have set up a truly interesting, dynamic, and new vibe for your premiere outing. Everything is going really well. Hannah, you are managing logistics. The build crew has transformed into like vibe managers and like doing spot maintenance checks, and you're able to coordinate that. Uh, Bram, you are in the crowd and looking for trouble. Mostly it looks like the people here of criminal intent and capability are your people. So everything's running like clockwork in that regard. The representative from the president, a woman named Pisha, is in residence, kind of there is a VIP area that you guys have established for the people of note who you want to treat special, and she is there, just sort of separated from the group, separated from the fracas and observing things. You have eyes on her, you know where she is, and everything's going really well. Um, about midway through the set, uh, there is a disruption as another set of holographic data starts to interpose and interweave themselves as three individuals throw off their kind of like clunky club gear to show the red, white, and blue. And they unleash their like personal hologram packs, and now you've got the flag of the FSA making its way, trying to like blot out some of the more like economical and like peaceful images, to superimpose the will of the FSA on this love in.
May I activate MIDI frequencies to try to make it more complicated for them to find foothold here in this group?
Absolutely, you can.
Awesome. Yeah, because I've got the third dot, 3 dots in it.
Cool. So
So,
you throw a 30-dot complication on their bullshit.
Of not being very accepted.
Okay. So that's what you're doing in response to this. Frankie, what are you doing?
Frankie knew they were coming. It wasn't if, it was when. And she didn't know exactly what they were going to try to do, but she's prepared for this. So she immediately gives a nod to one of her techies. And I would like, is this the beginning of a new scene, by the way?
Yes, it's the beginning of a new scene.
I get one of my inspiration back.
Okay.
So I would like to use an inspiration.
Okay.
I just got back. And I'm going to have my tech crew, they were prepared for this. So they are literally taking what it looks like is that big FSA flag. They are already prepared for this. It literally looks like it's unraveling and continuing to go down back into our message. Literally taking their hologram
Wee.
in there, breaking it back down into bits and powering our message even louder
Oh
as
shit.
as they're
Like
coming closer.
Yeah. Um Yeah. So yeah, that happens. Like there's some frustrated faces on their face, but they're like marching up and like people are like the crowd is realizing, oh shit, something's happening. And so like a little space in the floor is opening up as the three of them sort of march up to you when you're like in the lower branches of the tree. That's where you currently are. So they're like marching up to the base of the tree. Uh, Bram, what are you doing in response to this as you see this confrontation brewing?
Um, Bram is going to go into like prowling mode. Um, he he's very much someone who strikes from a place of advantage, not so much a place of honor or glory. So his means would not be getting in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
um, provided it doesn't look like they're like actively a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he will just sort of be back in the crowd, far enough back to where he can get to where he needs to be, but not not easily visible to them. And like the suit is going to be like he's been in kind of plain clothes anyway. Like he's not doing the full three-piece suit,
Mm-hmm.
but even now it's kind of like shifting and taking up different colors and patterns and textures as he walks around, such that if you're not looking straight at him, it's almost like he walks behind a person and a different person comes out, like
Cool.
wearing different kinds of clothes.
Cool. Okay, so you're just getting like yourself right in position.
Yeah, I'm circling like a shark.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so they come up and they are still like they've regrouped. They're trying to like find a position to get your message. They like project all of their holograms like down at the ground, so that the image of the flag like super doubles down and like it's just like this floor space has the FSA colors uh, uh, underneath them and sort of shining up a little bit up on you. So you have a little bit of like red, white, and blue playing over your features. Um, and they are like they're just sort of they don't seem to be like breaking into song or anything because there's not really like the music elements of this are all very low key, so
Yeah.
it would just sound bad, and it doesn't look like they're just trying to like hit you with noise. They're just trying to like visually make a space for themselves, and the crowd is not feeling it.
Oh
Like,
no. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm going to probably approach Mice and kind of help direct him and or work with him to make colors kind of bleed in on the edges of theirs to kind of like not get rid of the red, white, and blue that they're projecting, but just kind of interweave other colors in between to smear the edges of it a little bit, so it seems more like a hippie rainbow kind of deal, not as much a you know
yeah,
fascist symbol being displayed in the middle. Basically,
yeah.
trying to kind of smear it.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, that yeah, it's on the edges that is happening. It's just because they have doubled down on like
Mhm.
establishing like a defined space. But yeah, on the edges of that, the hippie rainbow colors are starting to encroach on them, and like they are just like yeah, the crowd like some of them are like sees the aesthetic of it, but for the most part, the crowd's not with it. They're just all kind of waiting. Like a lot of attention is being paid to them. Back to Frankie. They're waiting for the hammer to come down.
I'll
And go ahead.
I'll key my radio and sub vocalize to Frankie. Say the word and they're out of here.
You kind of just get like a knowing look to her face for a second. Um, so Frankie has been preparing for this moment pretty much since the coffee confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at the bar where she has taken, if those who are familiar with in this moment, that natural born sinner, and tweaked it where it's less religious and more talking about freedom and expression and coming together, as opposed to tyrannical rule. And she basically will start, she'll basically start actually breaking into that oratory piece at the beginning where it's a speech basically coming down on them for that, for, coming in here, but also with the undertones of, you can right this wrong, you can fight the tyranny that is here. But you don't have to do it, she's doing a message without violence,
Mm-hmm.
but as in making it very clear that what you're doing is wrong, and there's a different way to settle problems, because the whole message is about coming together collaboratively. So I would like to initiate a performance role,
Okay.
and her goal is to utterly decimate their message
Gotcha. Okay.
and basically bring to the forefront the group's message.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, and most importantly, she wants to have all eyes on her. And this is what she does best, because her goal is to, while everyone is focused on her, her tech team is taking their crap out,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Yeah. So I would say that will probably be a persuasion or a command.
I will always take command.
Yeah, because your
That's
command.
how
Your
Frankie rolls.
yeah.
This is also having to deal with what she's doing. So her striking looks, her in the spotlight,
Mm-hmm.
and her bang artistry.
Cool. Yeah. All those bonuses will apply. Would you like to spend an inspiration to add your your intuitive facet to this?
Yes.
Okay.
So that
Absolutely.
is that two. Would that be extra enhancement, or would that be
Yeah, that
dex?
would add more enhancement to the roll.
Okay, cool. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm rolling 8 dice, and I have 8 in hand. Is it +1 or +2?
It
What's
is your
my?
intuitive facet.
Let me look at my intuitive passive. I think that's my good one. Where is it? Yep, it is. So I have 8 enhancement to this roll.
Nice.
This is what I do. I do this
Mm-hmm.
very well. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have to re-roll a 1 of them. 4. So 8 successes. Well,
All right.
no, it's 8 enhancement with
Mm-hmm.
4 successes.
So 12
Woo-wee.
successes.
Yes.
Woo-wee.
Okay, so yeah, the crowd has been waiting for this moment. They know it's going to happen. The tech team is working in sync, and you deliver your oratory of condemnation and uplifting all at once. And they stepped into your house, and that was their mistake. You stepped into their house and made it yours.
Mhm.
They have activated your trap card.
Yeah, they have activated your trap card. So yeah, the crowd just like, it's not so much that the crowd comes down on them, but the crowd is there for you, and it's like they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and like there's not much they can do to come back from this. So like in this uproar from the crowd, they look at each other, shut off their gear, and they are going to try and get their way out of here without attracting any more notice.
That's
Uh,
fine for her.
uh, yeah. Um,
What's that line from Trimmers? Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you, you bastards?
Bram, I need an integrity roll from you. Probably integrity plus cunning, since you were watching.
Cunning, I got. Integrity, I got 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, one of those is cocked. 2 successes. One is a 10. Another 10. 3 successes. 3 successes.
Okay. You have been watching. You've been waiting. You've been watching these people, so you have eyes on this situation, and you notice as they are like on the edge of the floor, getting like up to the staircases to get out of the main like floor area and get out of the way. You see something drop out from the hemline of Tina's pants, like little pellets just sort of roll down her leg, bounce off her shoe, and like start bouncing down the floor back onto the dance floor.
How many? Are there, is it like one or two, or is it a bunch?
There's about a dozen.
I'm going to, as they are moving out, I'm kind of following them again in sort of a circuitous, like serpentine fashion. But I am going to try and pick those up telekinetically, just like as they come down. Just like I'm imagining, like it's in Bram's head. It's like imagine a baseball glove, like catching them, like as they're falling down the stairs.
Okay, that's going to be a psi plus telekinesis roll.
Okay. Psi. So I've damped down. Does that mean that I only have an effective one psi?
No, it just means that your like passive presence is that way, but you are actively using psi, so that might have some consequences.
Yeah. All right. Psi plus telekinesis. One success.
Okay. Yeah, these are small things. You're able to, you see them, you know where they are. You're able to reach out telekinetically and just sort of like guide them over to you. And they just kind of like roll up until they're like at your feet.
And I'll lean down and with gloved hands, I'll start picking all of them up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you start picking them up. Give me a technology roll.
I'll do cunning tech. Goodness. Hello.
Oh, kidums.
What?
Part of it.
I'm part of it. I'm a person.
3 successes.
3 successes. So yeah, you pick these up, you start putting them in a pocket. You look at one of them, and like you kind of like eyeball it, and this is like a little sound projector, and you like hold it up to your ear, and you hear that it is starting to emanate infrasound.
Bastards.
And it's like it's starting off small, but like even as you're like holding it up to your ear, you hear it slowly starting to increase in volume. But you're able to like muffle like you take like a bit of handkerchief, like a thick handkerchief off of your shifting suit, wrap it up, and it muffles them.
I'll try to find like surely there's like I don't know, somewhere in this audio visual masterpiece there's a bit of sound baffling gear, like a couple of sound panels or something that I can like discreetly kind of cart off and maybe go a few find like a side door and go out and try to dispose of these things.
Cool. All right. I would like Hannah and Bram to roll attunement for me, please.
What
Attunement.
Attunement is your psi plus your highest mode rating.
Oh, cool.
Okay. One success.
Two successes.
So, yeah, you, Hannah, you are like, you're feeling it. You feel a pulse of psi energy out in the crowd. You can quickly trace it back to Bram. And then Bram and Hannah suddenly feel like something washes over the crowd. It is a sense of being perceived.
Uh-oh.
Something you just feel that sort of extra presence in the room. It doesn't linger. It doesn't focus in or anything. It's be hard to tell if it did, but that is something that happens. And as this spike of information and awareness comes up to you, Hannah, you get a message from one of the security peoples. It says, Hannah, we got someone on your VIP list here. What do you want to?
They give a name?
Yeah. Marty?
Can I go ahead and activate alertness? The danger sense.
You certainly
psychocognition. But be right there, and I go over to greet Marty.
So they have been escorted over to that VIP area. While the crowd is just going absolutely nutso. Your performance has really it has kicked off the climax of the show, and all of the holographic information, all of the sound, all of it has washed over and kicked over to this. Hannah, do you let your friends know that your VIP is here? Because that message.
I do.
Okay. So so both of you get we've got a VIP. Hannah's handling it.
I say who it is.
Yeah.
The Divana.
So they are. When you get over to the VIP area, which has only a couple of people, because that's not what the vibe of this show is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really more like just sort of a little out of the way area. You have that person from the president, Pisha. And wearing very nondescript, not extravagant at all clothing. You do see Marty there at the little wet bar that's serving the Mice's special cocktails, and they are just sort of looking out over the crowd. They're recognizable because they're very famous.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only they're recognizable. It's not as apparent as it, because whenever they're out in public, they are out in public.
Yeah.
But they're very much downplaying it this evening. So you are able to approach them. Do the two of you react to the information that this Divana is here?
I mean,
you're still on, but
yeah, I'm still mid-performance, so no.
Would Bram understand the significance of this person's presence?
Give me a culture roll.
Oof. I have 2 intellect. No culture. That's 1 success.
Bang star.
Hannah seemed pretty excited.
Someone like your friends, maybe a little bit more popular.
Okay.
The implications of a Muzzian Divana is totally lost on him.
Right. Those are words that presumably mean something to someone.
Yeah.
I've got weird infrasound spheres to dispose of.
Yeah, you're doing a Polytrades. You're just dunking them in water. Eventually you figure that trick out. They are at the VIP wet bar. How are you approaching them?
Oh, I walk up and greet them warmly. Oh, so glad you made it. You just missed a little bit of excitement.
Oh, I didn't miss anything, love.
Nothing to read into there. No, I don't say that out loud.
This is impressive for a first big outing.
Thanks. I like to believe we managed to pull together pretty well with a few days' notice.
And with rapscallions at the crowd also.
Can't cover all the bases, right?
Oh no, your lead woman did it quite well. scampered them out. Excellent, excellent. Interesting vibes in the crowd tonight.
What you thinking?
Oh no, just ebbs and flows, little sparks here and there. This is nice. This is well done. I think you've got a future in this gig.
Yeah, oh shucks, like visibly blushing a little. I mean, I bet I don't think anybody mind if you wanted to sit in a little bit. Felt like you wanted to get
Oh,
involved.
I
Not
wouldn't
to
want to.
obligate you on your day off.
I wouldn't want to overshadow. This should be about you. Besides, my style requires a bit more of specialized equipment than what you've got going on here.
And like, is obviously very interested in that because I'm aware sort of that they have specialized equipment, but I don't really know how it works. But I don't want to distract from the show happening right now. So I just grab a drink and offer them to come up and join me in the crowd and dance.
By all means, absolutely. Let's see here. I am going to make a roll for them. Just in case. Because they are a very powerful clairsentient.
And I am
What?
actively using some psi right now
You
to
are
try to tell how much
actively-
danger I'm in.
Indeed, you are.
Oh no, I might get outed. Conflict.
Drama.
That is a very intense look you have there, Nigel.
It's true.
And you're muted.
It is?
Yeah, you were like,
Oh, sorry. I have resting focus face.
Yeah,
Resting
you head
face
out.
is not the worst.
You head
sorry.
out into the crowd right at like the climax of the big moment of the show, like the wave that started with Frankie's smackdown of the Liberty Lads continues and crashes as you guys head out onto the dance floor.
And I specifically don't lead us to any of the dead spots in surveillance because if we can get the footage, I would love to leak some pictures of a famous person at our show.
Fair
So-
enough. Fair enough.
so
I mean, I'd ask their permission. But
Frankie's idea is we had this big flashing moment, and Frankie is basically the concert's starting to wind down, and she's actually closing it on softer notes, like on softer poems, and specifically, I know I use a lot of modern music. It's just my reference that I have, but she is going to end the performance on Landslide, but specifically because it's about embracing those changes that are coming.
Right. So, yeah, as like the big denouement happens and is like, the sort of the more winding down aspect of the show, Hannah, you share a dance with Marty, and they seem to be just riding the flow of the performance. And you detect from them, they oscillate between they and her. You definitely detect, and Bram, you do too. Like when you see eyes on Hannah and this person, like that light bulb sense of awareness of Psi user is very apparent, and you feel just like this. They become the bottleneck through which the ambient Psi flows in and then back out of them. And as things are winding down, their head just sort of lulls a little bit, snaps over to you, Bram, and just brief eye contact is made with you. And you feel like this person is staring into your soul. And then their attention comes right back to you, Hannah, and it's these like you don't think that their eyes are glowing. You think it's just like these focal points of your awareness of Psi in their thing. And they look at you and almost like It's like they're vocalizing without intent. They look right into your eyes and they say, "Oh my, you're going to kick over an anthill."
What?
Ah, ah.
Ah, dang it. Oh,
There's
why don't we talk a little after after this wraps up, unless you have a pressing engagement elsewhere.
They kind of lean back a little bit.
People can hear us right here.
They can. They can. We can talk, but only if you're ready to be honest. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Oh, snap.
Alrighty then. Okay. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank you everyone out there for watching. We're gonna handle XP real quick. Did y'all have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me find that page. I bought a bunch of markers to mark pages, but then I didn't put them in.
Damn that luck.
Indeed. Sorry. Time, where is advancement? I'm just going to look in the index. Next time, I'll have these installed. Ah, 38, 39. Gotcha. All right. So did anyone get a short-term aspiration?
Yes.
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 Okay, so you all get 1 XP, and then you get an additional XP because you all fulfilled a short-term aspiration. Did anyone get a long-term aspiration?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you did.
That would be
Sweet.
the Put on a Bang concert with my long term.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so you get 2 additional XP. Now you cannot get this bonus again until everyone has gotten gotten their long-term aspiration fulfilled. So
Gotcha.
note that. Did you expend half of the available momentum in a single scene?
I am pretty sure we did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did as well. It's not hard to do with 3
Yeah.
players. So yeah, then you will all get an additional XP. And I will definitely say that you guys have gotten a story milestone.
Mhm.
So that is an additional XP for everyone.
Sweet.
Oh boy! So definitely figure out new aspirations for your characters for the ones that have fulfilled, unless it makes sense for you to re-up them. As we're closing out the night, I just want to make sure that everyone out there knows that if they want to support the show or the channel, the best way to do so would be to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios. You can, of course, follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us here on Twitch. That'd be great too. But the best way is to become a patron on our Patreon. Next week, I will be doing a lot of work for Onyx PathCon. I will be running a Trinity Continuum Aeon game on Friday. So be out there for that. I think Nigel's going to be joining me for that one. So that'll be fun. And I'll also be doing some tech work, and I think I'm going to be on a panel or two, and maybe I might be on an actual play. A lot of stuff is still up in the air, but go to Onyx Path website and their social media. They have all the information for that for Onyx PathCon. That's going to be a whole lot of fun because I like Onyx Path games, and I think they're cool. Does anyone else have something they'd like to plug before we head out for the night?
No, nothing. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, you can find me on @Simulacra RPGs on Twitter if you want to get in contact with me. And if anyone wants to put their public information out there for contact, you can feel to do so. But other than that, we'll end it for the night. Cool. All right. Talk to y'all later.